I wanted to take a minute and just talk about something. It's a story about a journey, really. From being genuinely scared to finding a kind of joy I honestly never saw coming. And I want to share it, developer to developer. Yeah, I'm not here to throw features or benchmarks at you. I just want to talk directly. Because if you're anything like me, you've probably been feeling, well, a lot of different things about what's happening in our world right now. And I think we need to be real about it. For me, this whole thing started with my passion for coding, something I've had my entire life. And for the very first time, it felt like that passion, that craft, was being threatened.
I have always, and I mean always, loved coding. I've gone deep on everything from C++ and Prolog to Java, JavaScript, Clojure, TypeScript. I just love the beauty of language design, the elegance of a well-built system. It's never just been a job. It's a huge part of who I am.
And then these tools showed up. And suddenly this one question was just screaming in my head, over and over. What does this mean for me, for my career? What happens when an AI can write code, and sometimes it can do it faster and maybe even better than I can on my own? I have to be completely honest with you. My first reaction wasn't excitement. It was fear. A real gut punch kind of fear that the one thing I'd built my entire life around was maybe becoming obsolete. And that fear led to this period of just profound sadness. I was genuinely worried about the future of this thing I cared so deeply about. It was a real identity crisis, one I never, ever saw coming. But that is not the end of this story. Actually, it's the beginning of a whole new one. Because there was this one moment, this single turning point that flipped my entire world upside down. And I need to tell you, if you are feeling that fear, that sadness right now, there is another side to it. I promise. I made it through that doubt, and what's waiting on the other side is, wow, it's something I couldn't even have pictured. So for me, this all happened when I was using Claude Code. I stopped just asking it to, fix a small bug or finish a function. I started thinking way bigger. I started giving it these huge prompts like, hey, build me an entire application or design this whole new feature from scratch. And that's when it happened. I had what I can only call a 1000x moment. And I'm not talking about a 10% or 20% improvement. This was a whole new paradigm. A fundamental leap. It came back with something so complete, so well thought out, it literally took my breath away. And in that exact second, I realized, this isn't a threat. This is the most powerful collaborator I have ever had. The game had just completely, totally changed. And that realization, it unlocked a totally new way of working. A kind of joy in just building things that I hadn't felt in years. My day-to-day just completely transformed. I stopped getting bogged down in the weeds, the endless debugging loops, the stupid library version conflicts, all that garbage that just kills your momentum. And suddenly, my brain was free to think about the real stuff, the big picture, the architecture, the truly exciting parts of the problem. And the results were just wild. My output jumped to a whole new level, both in how fast I could work and the quality of what I was producing. For the first time, I felt like I wasn't limited by how fast I could type. I could finally build as fast as I could dream. And that's when it hit me. My value as a developer has changed. It's not about the lines of code anymore. What really matters now is my creativity, my critical thinking, my knowledge of design and architecture. It's my human judgment, my sense of taste, my ability to ask, what would be something really cool and amazing to build right now? That's my superpower. So, that brings me here, to today, and to you. Because I am convinced we are standing right at the beginning of the most inspiring, most amazing time in the entire history of software engineering. Look, I know you might be worried. I get it. Man, I was right there with you, but I'm asking you to just hang with me here. Push through that feeling, because what's on the other side, it's just incredible. I can say with zero hesitation that this has become the most inspiring and the most genuinely fun time of my entire career. That fear, It's been replaced by this incredible sense of possibility.
And this is what I believe is going to happen for you. As you start to really collaborate with these tools, you're not going to feel replaced. You are going to feel like an incredible innovator, like a leader. You're going to feel amplified, able to solve massive problems with your knowledge. So, welcome to the most exciting time in software engineering history.